Well, the provincial election campaign hasn't officially started yet, but Ontario Liberal leader Stephen Del Duca today unveiled a major campaign promise. He said the Liberals will ban handguns in Ontario if elected in June.
If elected on June 2nd, an Ontario Liberal government will, within 1 year of taking office, deliver on a handgun ban province-wide here in Ontario.
He says he would ban the sale, possession, transport, and storage of handguns, but offered up few details on how that would work, other than to say he would work with the municipal and federal government, promising to participate in the federal government's gun buyback program. But how much of a difference would banning legal handguns actually make? A statement from the Solicitor General's office to CityNews reads in part, quote, "The statistics are clear. Over 80% of guns being used in crime are obtained using illegal means."
Why are you billing this as a measure to tackle gun control when statistically we know it won't do much?
Richard, with the greatest of respect, go and talk to the families of the two individuals who were murdered in Toronto a couple of weeks ago and cite statistics to them. One death by virtue of a legal handgun is one death too many.
Why didn't the Liberals do this in the 15 years they were in office most recently?
The numbers show that the percentage or the rise in homicides, the rise in tragedies, the rise in gun violence is now spiraling out of control.
But is it really spiraling out of control? Toronto police statistics show a decrease in shootings and a decrease in handgun crimes over the past couple of years, while the Ford government has been in power.
It's clear Del Duca has hit on a big wedge issue here. Tough on guns, tough on crime. That can often help out candidates at the ballot box, though it's not clear that this proposal would do much to mitigate gun crime in Ontario, or clear that it's a big issue for voters this time around. Meantime, the Ford government today was making some promises of its own. It was today offering up $1 billion to redevelop and expand St. Joseph Healthcare in the city's East End. We've been seeing this on a regular basis lately, with the Conservatives rolling out significant healthcare spending announcements in the lead-up to the spring election. Now, of course, COVID is still top of mind when it comes to our healthcare system. The number of patients in hospital with the virus has reached a 2-month high, but the pace seems to be slowing. Hospitalizations are up by 8% since last Tuesday, but that's a far cry from the 25 to 38% increase we saw in previous weeks. Health Minister Christine Elliott was asked today whether the top doctor might extend the remaining mask mandates for long-term care and public transit that are set to expire at the end of the month.
Well, I know that is something that Dr. Moore has been studying, about whether the April 27th deadline should be extended for the wearing of masks in places like public transit, hospitals, long-term care homes, congregate living, and so on. He's indicated that he is thinking that might be necessary. However, we haven't seen a formal recommendation as yet from Dr. Moore.
Of course, most of the mask mandates ended just over a month ago on March 21st for places like bars, restaurants, stadiums, and places of worship.